over the years, women have been relegated to the background on issues of national development, especially in developing countries like Nigeria. This is one born out of sentimental attachment about the feminine gender. However, historical evidence is around to prove that Nigerian women have for long been playing crucial roles in the political life of the country, thereby contributing in no small measure in shaping the political system of the nation. For development of any kind to be successful, a vantage about position should be accorded the woman as they constitute a larger proportion of the population. In this regard, they should not be left out in the issues of decision making that border on their lives as a people. Today, women are participating more actively in political issues than ever before as a result of political reawakening and awareness. Despite this, more often than not, the women are faced with challenges, with discrimination occupying the topmost. In Nigeria, like most other African countries, majority of the men tend to believe that decision making is exclusively for the men folk while women are to be instructed on what to do. This idea of seeing the woman playing the second fiddle at homes has come to play itself out in the political life of the people, and this ought not to be so. Given the ever dynamic nature of things globally, as women are now seen as advert grade in developed nations. It is surprising that the same mindset of yesteryears is still what is obtained in Nigeria. Hello and welcome. I am Anita Patrick and I'll be your host for your program, Governance Today. And like we always do on the program, we talk about issues that has to do with governance and leadership and all encompassing the issues of national development. And joining me on the program tonight to discuss women's participation in politics and why women are not forthcoming for political leadership is the FCT APC woman leader, a businesswoman and a politician, Mrs. Hail Mary Aipo. Good evening, ma.
Good evening.
It's good to have you
Thank you.
on the program.
Thank you.
Reading through my prologue, I kept thinking about your name. I kept thinking about your name when I saw Hail Mary, and I was going to ask. I know of Mary Ann. I know of Mary. What came about the whole Hail Mary? If you
Hail
don't
Mary
mind.
is my baptismal name. It
Okay.
was given to me by Bishop Kelly.
Great.
Bishop Kelly is an Italian, and when he was in Benin, I attended a convent school. So Bishop Kelly gave me that name when I was going to baptize.
Wow. Okay, amazing. Because I remember growing up as a Catholic, we started with the Block Rosary and then we need to pray. And I just knew, obviously, you have to be a Catholic. Okay, let's look beyond that and just talk about what we're looking at. You heard me from my prologue where I gave an analysis on the issues surrounding women participation in politics. And over the years, a lot of issues have been of concern to the Nigerian woman on their involvement. Can you give us a breakdown as a leader? What's the role of women so far in politics?
The role of women, we have come of age, and we should be given opportunity to serve in various positions that will make us relevant and to participate to good governance in Nigeria. So if women are given opportunity, you see women excelling in different positions given to them. So that women should be not be heard. It's not the right thing. Women are good managers. Women are give birth to the men. These men that want it to be men's word. Women gave birth to them. Women nurtured them. Women took them through school until they came of age and they got married. Don't you think that woman will be a good manager, will be able to manage the affairs of this country, that woman will be able to contribute our own quota to the development of this great country, Nigeria. For me, I just feel women should be given a chance. There are so many women that when given opportunity to serve, they will do it extremely well.
Okay, it's good that we've laid the foundation on women's involvement and the fact that we're being laid back in some compared to some African. If you look at the level of women participation across the African country, what would you say has been our percentage, or what would you rate the Nigerians' women participation in terms of percentage?
For me, Nigerian women, it's not up to 15% or 20%, but before we get there, it's a gradual process. It's all about process. So for now, people are beginning to be aware. Awareness program. They are beginning to be aware that women plays a very important role in nation building. So far so good. We get there very soon.
Okay, okay. Let's look at the 2019 general elections. There was, if you look at statistics and post-mortem analysis given so far, voter apathy was one of the major concerns. Would you say women were also part of this? Would you say the turnout of women was encouraging throughout the election period?
Yes, they came out en masse. Women came out en masse. Now they already know their rights. They already know what it takes to vote good people in position. They already know people that have affected their lives that they want to vote for. Unlike before, you just give them money, they just say, okay, let me just vote for anybody. But now women are becoming aware that the destiny of their children, the destiny, they want to take their destiny in their hands, so that Nigeria will be a better place for every one of us to live in. So women are becoming aware, and I think the participation so far so good. They've done well.
All right. If you say they've done well, let's look at challenges. What would you say are the challenges that don't allow women really come out for political leadership?
Yeah, first, financial. We have financial problems. You know, we don't have that muscle to financial backup to wrestle with the men. The men have the means, they have money, but we women, we don't. We are constrained. We don't have that money. But that's why I tell women and I encourage them, don't just look at politics alone. You should be doing something, and let politics just be your something you do maybe at your leisure time, and because you want to contribute to nation building. Because when you are a businesswoman and you have the means, you make yourself relevant. The men will respect you, and you also, you fit in. When the men are talking, you talk also. But when you don't have money, because they know they have money, all they want the women to do is just to be clapping and singing. But that day in APC, we don't do that anymore.
Okay.
We just feel we have mentored the women enough. Get yourself involved in doing one thing or the other, one business or the other, that will make you excel and be relevant. And when the men sees you, they say, yes, this is somebody we know. When we give our opportunity, she excel in that place, because they know you are not a beggar.
Okay, awesome. It's awesome coming from a woman leader. That's much encouragement for women to actually go out and empower themselves,
Yeah.
to have that financial strength. Okay, I know at some point during the preparation for the 2019 election, there was, from the Interparty Advisory Council, there was this part where they mentioned that women were going to be given support, even forms free for women to be able to participate. Don't you think it's not going to allow women have same kind of a right when it comes to equality to run for political position when we're clamoring for more participation?
That is just to encourage the women, because our tradition has contributed. They don't want women to be heard. They just feel because of our upbringing, women should just be at home taking care of the kids. But now you can see them asking women not to pay for form. is is encouraging them to come into limelight, because they have seen the role women play. Because if we have men, if we have more women in National Assembly, you won't see all this quarreling now. Women knows how to go about all these things. You understand what I'm saying? But we try to encourage that giving out forms and say, okay, don't pay, is to encourage the women, to make them have, as if they belong to this society. We are not saying, you are not part of us. You are part of us. Come and take this form for free, and let's see how far and how well you can go in contributing to good governance in Nigeria.
Okay, if you say it that way, let's look at women's involvement in the 2019 election. Still going back to that, let's look at the role INEC played. Would you say INEC was fair to women and encouraging for women to come out en masse to participate in the electoral process?
Yes, I think INEC a little bit was okay, but we still need awareness. We need, that tradition has gone deep. People tend to look at women in politics as non-entities. People they feel women should not be in politics. Like I tell people, I say, look, if a pastor is called to minister in churches, politics is a calling. You are called when you like to affect lives. You do it through politics. Not only politics alone, in other aspects, but politics is a calling. You have flair. When you are politicking, you are just happy doing it. So God has created you to be part of building this country to be a better nation for every one of us to live in. So women coming into politics, these are women that have integrity, they have great character, they want to affect the lives of the common man. That's why they are coming into politics. They are not non-entities. It's not about where you say a woman, if you look down that, no. Gone are the days. Women that are in politics now, they are seasoned women. They are women with great character. They are women of integrity. And when you see them, you know that these women, they want to contribute to nation building. So we are just begging our men, they should give us a chance and make them proud that they have good women that can contribute to the development of this great country, Nigeria, and that can help the president to achieve what he wants to achieve for the people of this country. Not every day, if you go to National Assembly with what we are seeing, but if more women are there, you see Nigeria will be a better place. They'll be able to contribute, they'll be able to talk senses to the men that are after just quarreling. They will be able to tell them about good governance, because they are the ones that brought up these men. They know how to talk to them. So we are encouraging women, we are mentoring them to come out en masse and participate in politics in Nigeria.
All right, it's good to see the passion that comes with you as a woman leader to give the breakdown on what we should do as women. I'm still going to talk about the election. Yes, women came out, as you mentioned, to participate. But what do you think about women supporting women? Has that played out well for women? Because it starts from the oneness, the understanding, the agreement. Do you think women have fared well?
Absolutely. It still boils down to our upbringing. We still need to come together as women. We still need that awareness that, look, women, you must support. Some cases you see women supporting men. But now, we now sit down, because we mentor our younger women. I say, look, if you continue like this, you won't have a part to play in governance. So they are it's beginning to dawn on them that, look, we have to come out and support a fellow woman. That time of jealousy, envy is over. Because when a woman is there, you are the one that is there also. You should be able to encourage that woman. When you see that woman, that woman has something it takes to contribute to the development of this country, you should be able to encourage such a woman, and you should be able to stand by that woman, honest, and make sure that woman's come out and contribute to the development of this great country, Nigeria.
Okay. Let's look at the present administration. The president has just been re-elected to come back again for the next 4 years. And great, you are the APC FCT woman leader. What agenda do you think you want to see the president set out for women in his second term?
We are just begging the president, let women be more involved in decision making of this country, especially in policy making. More appointments should be given to women. We are begging the president 35% or 40% should be given to women, because if women are in position, the president will go to sleep. It will be not what is happening in the National Assembly now. You see women coming out to support the president. And women, when you give them job to do, they do it with all their heart. You won't see them doing things haphazardly. You see them putting everything they have. That's woman for you. Look at you. You are doing this. You are putting all, and I'm admiring you. That's how we should admire our fellow women. Women, when given opportunity, look at, if you even look at the election we just had a few months ago, you see the women side of it, the women and youth, they are the ones that went to door campaigning for Mr. President, because the first the mother of the nation, the wife of the president, was the chairperson of that women and youth campaign organization, and we did it so well. We went to the nooks and crannies of this country, campaigning, talking to the women, talking to them of what it will take for a woman to come out and participate and come out en masse and vote for this regime, because the future of our children is in our hands. Will be able to take care of our home, our children, for them to have great character, to do what the Mr. President is doing. That is why we are saying they should give women opportunity. We are not saying we want to be the head of the no. That's not what we want. We just want to support the men,
okay,
and contribute our own quota to the development of this country, Nigeria.
Okay, you made mention of a 35% affirmative action for women, and this has gone over time. Women have actually called always for 35%, and you even pushed it to 40. Yeah. If there's 40, it would be beautiful for women to have 40. Let's look at that. The possibility of having women for that percentage. How visible would that be, or do you foresee a female governor someday, or as soon as possible in Nigeria with that affirmative action?
Yes, absolutely. When we come together in oneness and really know that we have a role to play in this country, giving our women chance to be governors of our state is a thing of the past. Look at in the southwest now. You see, the deputy governors are women. That is how it's supposed to be. So it takes a process. Before you know it, you see that deputy governor being given opportunity to serve as a governor.
Okay.
So that is how it comes. You will see they will play a very good role, and a time will come, people will be proud of us. Even the men, they will tell us, we want the women to be governors of our state. We want the women to be president of this state, because of the role given to them, and they will do it very well.
Okay.
For me, they will perform well if given opportunity.
All right, you've heard the APC FCT woman leader say, if given the opportunity, women will perform well, even as governors. We'll take a break here, and when we come back, we still have more to dish out to you, so stay with us.
This is Ibrahim calling from Nigerian State Medical Power.
Oh, this is Anissa from Benin.
My name is John, calling from John. My name is Ahmed, I'm calling from Kogi State.
This is Clearview TV, and this is our spread through free-to-air via Niconsat and online.
Yes, this is Diffus calling you from Adamawa State. Adamawa Ahmad Ibrahim.
Mala Ahmad Ibrahim daga wace jiha kenan?
Daga Yobe. I'm calling from Benue. My name is Chukwemeka. I'm calling from Lagos State.
You can imagine how far your advertisements, social announcements, official notices, and jingles will go if you patronize us. It's time to take your messages far at the cheapest rate.
And welcome back. We're still here and still your program Governance Today. We've been talking about women participation in politics and the challenges women tend to face that tends to hide them a bit in one corner. And we're looking forward to see if the president will give at least 35% or 40, like the women are pushing for. I still have my guest with me in the studio, the FCT APC woman leader, in person of Hail Mary Aipo, and I've been teasing her with the name. It's good to still have you in the studio, ma.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's move forward on this. Don't forget, before I get back to our guest, the phone lines are there on your screen. You can call in, make your contributions, talk to us. Let's hear what you think women can do differently in politics. Okay, let's go back to our discussion. We talked about looking forward to having a female governor someday or as soon as possible in the country. But being the APC FCT woman leader, I want to ask, what has been your challenge so far as a leader for the women?
My challenges are, we need to mentor our women coming up, and the challenges is all about finance, as I told you. Like, if we are going to give women, needs to be given financial backup, because they need, like, if you are giving them skill acquisition, you need to empower them so that they become self-sufficient in whatever they are doing. Because if they have money, they will come out and if they are vying for any position, they will come out and muzzle it out with the men, and you will see them even giving the men more job to do, because the men who are, if they have much money, if the women don't have money, they are spending money, giving people money, and the women don't have money to give. You see them going back, and nobody will want to vote for them. But what our president have done so far, we are beginning to sensitize our women and youth, and they are beginning to come to their senses that it's not all about money. It's about goodwill. It's about affecting the lives of the common man in the society. That is what you are seeing now. President Buhari has done so well. Like when he was coming, I said, vote your conscience. Whether that person has money or not, if that person is touching lives, vote that person. If that person is popular, vote that person. If you know that person is somebody, when you give that person opportunity, and that person will be able to make good use of that opportunity, vote for that person. Many people gave money this time around, and nobody. Look at what is happening in Bauchi. It's an APC state. You won't tell me the president, he has that power to say, oh yeah, it's my APC state, give that power to that person. No, he said vote your conscience. If the people of Bauchi says they want to still vote for that governor, fine, so be it. If they feel he has not affected their lives, okay, whatever you want to do, because those are the voters. The voters, their vote must count. So you must vote for them. So if we are talking about challenges we have is men use money to buy votes. We women, we don't have such money. So we are following the footsteps of our president. saying if we are, people should vote their conscience. When that time comes, if we are of age, Nigerians are of age, you see many women coming up and occupying different positions in the society.
Okay. Challenges, yes. We know finance has been one of the focal points, and we've dealt with it. We look at women empowering themselves, having skill acquisition to push for themselves. But what is your role as a woman leader in terms of educating and enlightening these people or these women to have better understanding of pushing forward to be in the political space?
For me, I have mentorship program. We teach our women on values. We teach our women on character, to have great character. We teach our women to support each other, especially mentorship. We mentor our younger ones. Like we have some women that came out in FCT as counselors. We were going round with them, campaigning on their behalf, telling people why they should vote for a woman. And these women, we know they are capable, but they don't have that financial muscle. But about one of them, won a councillorship election. She's from Buhari Area Council, Oshafa Ward. So that is, you see, out of 62 councillorship position in FCT, only one woman. Why? Because the women are scared, because they don't have that money. That people, we need to buy this for campaign. But we are mentoring them now, that women have a role to play to support their fellow women, educating other women that they must support the female aspirants. And they are, when we now talk to them, they come of age. We say, oh, we didn't know it's like this, because it's, woman talk to woman, and woman will understand. If you talk to a woman, the woman will understand. So we must make sure the women are aware of the role of women in governance. When they are aware, it becomes easy for them, especially the grassroots women, because they are the one that votes.
Okay, let's pick this call and then we'll come back to you. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, good evening. What's the name and where are you calling from? Oh, I think the network is funny. But don't forget the phone lines are there on your screen and you can call to contribute to what you have for women. All right, we were talking about the value you add for women as the leader, and you've talked about mentorship, talked about value system when you understand. And then, yes, you mentioned the FCT polls, and I was about to asking that. Okay, I'll hold my thoughts and pick this. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Taraba State.
From Taraba. What's your name?
James.
What's your name?
My name is James.
Okay, Jeff, go ahead.
I saw the number on the screen watching you. So I now decide to call it and see whether the number will respond.
Of course, it should respond. That's why you're here. Okay, we're talking women participation in politics. What's your contribution?
You said?
Women's participation in politics. What's your contribution?
I didn't have any contribution.
Okay, so probably you have to listen and then call us back when you have something to tell us.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, we've talked about value system and the need to understand this, and then the FCT polls. I went round to see women's involvement in the FCT polls, and amazingly, yes, a lot of women came out with the interest to want to be in those positions. And just like you mentioned, just one female got the councillorship. Was that discouraging for you after the campaign you took ahead for women?
It was, but we know it was going to be like that, because they still need to be aware. We need awareness program for our women. They just feel, let's just be there and be clapping our hands for men to go. But it dawned on them now that, look, it's not about clapping of hands. It's about participation. You must participate. That era of clapping of hands is over. This is the era of making yourself relevant.
Okay.
in the society. So you must make yourself relevant. And we have come of age. Women have come of age. So we need to encourage them. Because when women are in position, the people will rejoice. When women are in position, the people will be happy. When women are in position, you will see people, governors will be as if people have come to rest. Because the president will know that he has people in different positions that when given relevant assignment, they will do it well.
All right, great. Let's pick this. Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello.
So, good evening.
Good evening. Please, can you speak up so we hear you? What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Ibrahim Yakubu, calling from Kuje.
All right, Ibrahim from Kuje in Abuja. Yes. Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Well, for me, women participate in politics. I think women should concentrate in teaching is more important than politics.
Really?
Because for me, mostly, many women, they have, and it's not please, I'm sorry for using this word, some women, they don't like hard work, they think they are pain, they are this and that, they don't want to do hard work. But even some where we are working, you find out that mostly women, they will tell you, please assist me with this and that. So they are so lazy in working. So for me, I think.
All right, if I may come in there, Ibrahim, if I may come in there, if I may come in, if I may come in to what you're saying. Okay, I obviously you're watching, so Ibrahim, I stand to be corrected, but I disagree with that. Because we have a woman leader here, and she's been doing fantastic well. We have women also doing well in the field. So we're calling for. We're not saying we want to overshadow. Women are calling for the supportive role.
Supportive role. That's it.
The supportive role. Okay. What else do you have to say to Ibrahim? Because I think that's just
Ibrahim. You say women are lazy. We are not lazy. We are not lazy. We gave back to you people now, and we nurtured you. So we are not lazy. So we'll be able to take care of you. All we are saying is women should be given chance. We should have a role to play to support the men in the development of our country, Nigeria. That's all we ask for. That we should help us to make us relevant in contributing to the welfare of this nation, Nigeria. That's all we're asking for.
Okay, you've heard it from my guest here with me in the studio. We're still talking women's participation in politics and the need for women to be given the opportunity to support the men in nation development. Let's look at the election. Yes, I'm still back to the election process. What's your assessment of the security agencies during the election process?
For me, I just feel the security agency, they did very well, but they should be given, there is a level they get to. There is a way they draw the line. They should be able to draw the line. They are not to fight us. They are to secure our lives and property. They are not to make us now be afraid or scared that they are around us. So the role some of them played, maybe his overzealousness was scaring. You understand? It was scaring. It's not supposed to be like that. We are supposed to come to our voting point and we see a security officer. Hello, how are you? How are you doing? We go and vote and we leave. Okay, bye. Thank you very much. That's how it's supposed to be. Not scaring. Where are you going? There should be a limit. There should be a limit.
Okay. All right. Hello. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Kevin. I'm calling from Kudu, Abuja.
All right, Kelvin from Kudu in Abuja. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm watching the program and listening to the woman leader and the call for women's participation in politics. I think as a nation, we need to begin to understand that the roles of women far It's just the other room and the kitchen and all of that. Women need to begin to take their rightful place in governance and politics. And that is only possible where they present themselves without being vulnerable before the men. The challenge has always been the woman sometimes presenting herself as being vulnerable, taking away for the men folk to assist or keep them some of these things in free range. But now once a woman is vulnerable, what that does is it makes a praying man to want to take advantage of her.
Okay.
God did not create women differently. He created men and female both equally. Of course, the man plays that physical strength role and the woman plays that supportive role.
Okay.
And so once the woman begin to understand the role they play in society, the woman is the most powerful being on earth after God and the angels. The woman is the most powerful being on earth. So the women need to come into the consciousness of their inherent power. That's why they can be multitasked. The woman is a wife, she's a mother, she takes care of the home front and all of those things. She's multitasking and she cannot take the role of governance. Of course, she would do better if she gets there. But she needs to wake up and get to that consciousness. See, women fight themselves so easily. That's part of the major problem of women. I think she's a woman leader now. Let me ask her, how many persons does she have as being meant as a mentor? How many women should do without them looking at booth? You know, what women do oftentimes is making themselves to be super clean when they are there above their fellow women. They want to make them look smaller. You know, there's that competitive thing that comes with women every now and then because of beauty and other attention. So they need to also checkmate that. They need to pay more respect to the men. We need to also talk to the men, no doubt about it. But see, the problem of the society today is still in the hands of the woman because the woman is the one who grows this baby. So when a mother is dealing her male son, she should be able to speak those right words. And she's breastfeeding. Speak those right words, telling the child what needs to be done. And stop subjugating the male child from the male. You're a man, you're a man. Those talks should not come in anymore.
Okay.
Treat them as human beings. Once they treat people as human beings, the men will grow to become responsible men who will be supportive of the women.
All right. Thank you so much, Kelvin, for the time.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay. Before that, let's get this. Hello. Good evening. Ami alaikum salam. But go ahead. Can I speak in English?
Hello, Aipo.
Yes. Go ahead. Can you speak English? Go ahead with us in English.
Hausa language.
Okay. The Hausa segments will come as soon as possible.
Okay, all right.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay. You heard Kelvin there. Kelvin gave a breakdown of
Very well.
what women should do to ensure that they get that place. What can you add to that?
Yes, Kevin has spoken so well, and he commended the women, and he said something that really touched me. He said, if women are given opportunity, they will be able to manage the country so well. So, and he said something we should try to love one another. We should checkmate one another. Is key. We should be able to oneness. We should be able to help one another and mentor one another. And when our fellow women is doing well, we should appreciate such women and recommend that women position. And we should be able to mentor women also to be of great behavior, especially character, having self values and self worth, so that they won't see it as if they are taking over from the men. They should see themselves as playing that supportive role. That's what Kevin is talking about, and that's what I'm saying also, that the man is the head of the house, while the woman is playing is a helpmate. We are just supporting. So that's why we are saying you should give us a chance and let's support more, so that you have a better landing.
Okay, you heard it there. But before I let it go, let's still talk about. We're looking at the assessment of the security agencies, and then let's look at the voters. You mentioned that the security agencies played their role, but somehow a bit of overzealousness
Yeah.
played out. But for the voters, how would you assess their involvement in the process, especially women and youth?
The women really came out, and the youths came out very well, and they really know who to vote for now, unlike before. The women, they are becoming aware of good governance, and they are becoming aware of that we should vote for people with integrity. We should vote for people that will take this country to another level. It's not about hunger. It's about integrity. It's about taking our country to the country of old where we used to be. That's what, and making Nigeria a better place for each and everybody to live in. Like I tell people, look, see, what we did in the first quarter, the 4 years that is going to end next in May, is building a solid foundation. That was what President Muhammadu Buhari was seen doing, and the vice president, and our governors and people around. He was building a solid foundation. And when you are building a solid foundation, you go through pain. You go through pain when building a solid foundation. No pain, no gain. There is a process you get to become in life. It's not when your mother gives birth to you, she's pregnant. And when she's pregnant, she's going through so many pain. And when the baby is coming out, it's pain that brings out the baby. And that pain that brings out the baby, and immediately the baby comes out, you are looking at your baby, you are forgetting the pain. That is Nigeria situation today. That is the pain we have gone through now. We are in another level now. You see what will happen in this next level.
Okay.
That pain is gone. So we start putting block on the foundation now. Block of prosperity, block of good health sector, block of good education system. Put things in place that will make the common man. Policy will be put in place that will make the common man say, oh, this is our Nigeria.
Okay. All right. So much hope is going out for Nigerian women and Nigeria at large that it's time to consolidate on the foundation that was laid within the last 4 years. Call it 4 years because it's almost 4 years. Well, we've assessed the security agents, we've assessed the voters. You've talked a bit about government because I wanted to ask about the role of the government in the electoral process so far. But let's look at one encouraging thing you can say about women come 2023.
Yeah.
It doesn't end here. 2019 was the foundation for women to see that, yes, at this point we've done a bit of this. What's the advocacy rate? What do you think the rate should be like ahead of 2023 for women?
We have started the awareness program now. We are calling on women. It has to start now. We are calling on more women to come out and participate in politics in Nigeria, and a lot of women are really coming out now. They are registering because they have seen that if they have a role to play, and if they are not in the system, we are talking about the system, they can't contribute anything.
Okay, just hold your thought. Let's take this call. Hello, good evening. Oh, we missed it. I'm sorry, you just have to call us back. Okay. If the foundation has to be laid now in 2029, do you think there are structures for women?
Yeah.
What are the structures so that those that are not aware can have an idea to the structures?
There are structures, mentorship structure. Programs will be done, and we have started it, and the wife of the president is really pushing forth for the women, and more women. You'll be surprised that more women will come out in 2023 than this.
All right, we're looking forward. So let's pick this call. Hello, good evening. Hello. Oh, okay. Just keep trying. Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello, can you hear me? Okay, the network seems to be jamming right now. Well, you said there are foundations, there are structures for women ahead of 2023 because, like I always say, preparations is the mother of
That's
manifestation.
it.
If you
That's
don't
it.
prepare, you won't be able to manifest come 2023. So your thoughts exactly? You said the wife of the president has put into those structures. What are these apart from mentorship? What are these structures? Let's pick this call and then we'll talk about that. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? What's your name and where are you calling? Can you put down the volume of your TV set? Hello? Okay, I won't be able to hear you if you don't turn down the volume of your TV set. Okay, let's look at the structures. We talked about mentorship, we talked about um, other structures for women. What other things does vocational training
Yeah.
come as well for
Mm.
women?
Vocational training is coming up, and we are starting from the grassroots this time around.
Great.
Grassroots people. The is the grassroots. We must affect the life of the grassroots people. They are the ones that vote, and they are the ones that from councillorship position. We must start from there, not senators or house of rep. No. If we start to mentor from the grassroots, from the councillorship positions, you understand, Nigeria will be a greater place. Do you know why I said that? From councillorship, that person you are mentoring to have values, to have great character, we take it to another level to be a chairman of a local government. From that chairmanship position, it can now be a House of Rep member.
Okay.
When he takes it from the grassroots down, you will know that this person is a real politician because he had gone through the process.
Okay.
Not somebody just coming up and taking position of a senator. He doesn't know how the grassroots people feels, the pain they are going through. But the grassroots person we are mentoring from the grassroots, taking the process up, you see that person when he gets to that position as a senator, he will look back and say, these are my grassroots people. I was once there.
Okay.
So I know how they feel. So these are things the wife of the president is putting into place for us, that we should start from the grassroots, from the ward, from the polling units to the Senate level. So you see, when we have things like that, you see progress.
All right, it's been amazing talking to you on women participation. Thank you so much for being our guest today. We hope to have you soon. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Thank you very much.
okay, it's been amazing here talking about women's participation in politics and the role women played in it just concluded 2019 general elections and the hope of seeing a female governor someday in Nigeria and also for the affirmative action for women to be involved. Well, that's it. It's been amazing with our guest in the studio, Miss Hail Mary Aipo. Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's been great. We look forward to having an amazing time, same time tomorrow. So join us on the program Governance Today. My name is Aniti. Enjoy your evening.